whoever you were that was talking about my smelly shit, I just banned your goddamn ass. Alright, we finna get started. Now, oh, you know what? Wait a minute. Alright, goddamn, I don't even look any better. Shit. I turned on them lights. Man, I got all these fucking lights that don't look no fucking better. Any motherfucking way. This morning, and each goddamn morning I, get to wake up. The first thing I think of, what I'm gonna do today, and then I try to get to it. This morning I got a lot of shit to do, and I'm gonna get it done, but I'm not really looking forward to doing it. This is why I don't accept those silly analogies about this abadabba in general that you guys come up with. You guys are cool with your manhood being up in the air. I don't really blame you because you weren't laced like we was with the real game on being a man. It wasn't passed down to you as it was with us. But sooner or later, you're going to realize to get respect from today's women, you must be confident that you're showing her a man of commitment. The challenge for me today is to pretend like I'm enjoying speaking to those of you who are fakers. In life's journey, you meet a few people, some good, some bad. Along the way, somehow you learn how to discern which is best. And the sooner the better for you. But it's the unseen things, it's the unpredictable things about life that keeps you going. If you want what I'm speaking about, you got to commit 150%. Because what I'm saying is there's only one way to be a man. Do any of you know what that is? Somebody, please, really quickly, call in and tell me what that is. So, if you really want what I'm talking about, you have to commit to being a man. Even if you don't want what I'm saying, but you have the quality that it takes to be a man, I tip my hat to you. To be a man, you need to be committed to the principles of manhood. Integrity is key, as is chivalry. and taking care of business as if your life depends on it, because it does. Well, at least for me, it's that way. I wake up every morning and I got to think of what I want to do first, because what I decided last night might not be what I still want to do. You know what's so cool about that? I have my classes, or my books, or my different projects to choose from. I also have my family life. Some mornings I like to wake up with my granddaughter to see her before she gets busy for the day. Some mornings I like to lay in bed and cuddle with my woman. Some mornings I like to watch MSNBC for a couple of hours. The thing is, it's my life, and I'm taking full responsibility for what happens in it. Are you? Are you taking responsibility for what happens in your life? And I want to say something, you guys. Please share my book announcements on your page. You all have watched and listened to me talk about where I'm going with my company. Now I have an opportunity to blast off. So in the future, I'll be accepting manuscripts. But for now, I got to use my own books. I'm looking for big things for Real Fly Publishing. So, if I didn't say it, thanks for everything. But I'm finna smoke my morning joint, which is kind of early for me. It's just now getting to be 10 o'clock. And what's making me want to smoke this when I heard this shit they was talking about on the news about weed. How it's the gateway drug. It just made me want to smoke. Because I don't believe weed is a gateway drug to other drugs. What I do believe is when a young person starts smoking weed, since it wasn't legal, they had to go to places where illegal activity takes place. Now, just by being in that space, that youngster gets exposed to all the other shit going on out there in the streets. He might be there to buy some weed, but before he leaves, someone go ask him if he wants some blow or some pills. Weed does not make a motherfucker want to use other drugs. Buying weed illegally makes a motherfucker want to buy other drugs. Now, in that regard, I'm all for legal or legally distributed weed. Now, at least when your kid goes in the store to buy some weed, ain't no coke dealers or pill pushers in there trying to entice him to buy that shit. Plus, there would be a serious cash increase for the states that allow it. And as soon as them motherfuckers report how much debt they took care of, the rest will follow. Caller, what's up?
What's up, bro? My name is Jaylen. I'm 25. And I'm listening to you talk on weed, right? But my drug of choice is caffeine. I can't lie. Caffeine.
Okay, bro. What's your point?
My point is, what I'm trying to do is figure out a way to reduce the amount that I need certain things and just let it be more natural. Like when I wake up, trying to fall asleep better, trying to wake up better and improve the way my routine goes throughout the day, you know?
So that caffeine help?
Nope. I feel like I just crash off it.
Well, I'm saying I ain't even really talking about drugs. I'm just saying I was smoking my morning joint, which is early. I ain't talking about weed. I'm talking about as far as weed being the gateway or the introduction to other drugs. Do you believe it is?
I see.
Do you?
Do I believe what?
Do you believe weed is a gateway drug to other drugs?
No, I have Jamaican family. They've been smoking weed since I was a kid.
And all they do is smoke weed.
Nothing else.
So weed is not, which is what I was talking about. Weed is
For real,
not
it's
a
not.
gateway drug to other drugs. What is the gateway is the fact that weed was illegal, and you have to go where illegal activity is taking place so that you can buy the weed. And once you get in that illegal environment, you're going to be exposed to everything that's illegal. Heroin, coke, pills, all kind of damn shit. Because that's what we
I
was...
see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what...
Yeah, you're saying that it's accessibility. Right.
Yeah, that's what is the culprit. You know, so my point is I smoked weed since I was 13. And it didn't introduce me to no other goddamn drugs. Although I have taken other drugs. What introduced me to them was being in an environment of drug dealers. And
Right.
these drug dealers know of other shit people like to get high on. And they mention it or they selling it. And you might say, okay, I'll try it. But the weed didn't get you to do that. Just being around them motherfuckers got you to do that. You feel me?
Influence.
Yeah, man. So
Influence for sure.
that's where I was coming from. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's the only reason I was calling in, because I heard you having that conversation. Yeah.
Okay,
about
bro.
morning routines and everything. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Have a good one.
You too. Hey, sometime you can call in, and I ain't finna say nothing crazy, even if, let's say, like this guy was kind of mistaken, but he wasn't really mistaken because he was stating his point. Listen, since I say I always tell you the truth about my life, it would seem as if I never lose. Well, you all know how important SWU is to me. And I have decided motherfuckers can be satisfied with the goddamn half-ass game they, accepting from these suckers. Talking about leading you. But I be talking about real abba-dabba, and just anybody can't have it. So I quit fucking with motherfuckers who don't understand. But I allowed that, all about the money mentality to go to a little too far. See, there's a best way to respond to any situation. And that best way is to realize the importance of how you respond to everyday occurrences. How do you react when somebody steps on your toes? I mean, not literally, but how do you respond when something happens you don't really like? What's up, caller?
What's up with you, bud? I got a question for you. When you, what age was you when you lost your father, and how did you take that? How did you handle that?
I was in my early 30s. I was in my 30s. Could have been early or mid 30s. And it fucked me up, man. For a long time, it took me 10 years to be able to think about him without crying.
Oh, wow.
Why you ask that?
Oh, cool. Nah, that's what I'm going through right now. The doctor talking about he got a 6% chance to live, and they went to the hospital and they sent him home because they couldn't do nothing for him. He's in like the 4th stage of cancer right now, and I'm just like, I'm 34 right now. He's 55. He had me when he was 19.
Yeah.
So, I'm just,
Bro, listen, I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
There's no words. Nothing is gonna help you except going through it, dealing with it for whatever amount of time it takes you to deal with. I'm telling you, man, I love my parents, both of them the same, but my mother passed and I was over her passing in a year. Now I know I'm more like my mother than I am my father. But my father took me 10 years. I'm telling you, I could not think of him or watch anything on TV that had to do with a father and son that I didn't cry about. And when my mom passed about, 10 or 15 years after Pops, maybe because of Pops, I was able to accept what she, passing a little better. But in reality, I just think for sons whose dad was there, there's nothing else as strong as that connection. Even if your dad was chicken shit, if he was there and going through what you're talking about right now, you would care. Even when because I used to say, man, fuck dad. Y'all beat his ass when I get old enough. I used to say that shit about my daddy because he was chicken shit. He was chicken shit, man. But I'm telling you, when he passed, it took me forever to get over it because he was that important to me. You'll be all right, bro. Hey. You'll be all right.
Hey, thank you for kicking it with me anyway.
You know it. That's me, man. I'm going to try my best to see you.
Yeah.
All right. It don't matter what you got to call in and talk about. Call in. Let's kick it. Now, check it out. When somebody steps on your toes, how do you react? Do you get upset because your space was violated? Or do you get upset because you allowed this incident to invade your space? Those are two different situations that comes up. Now the latter is principle-based thinking gone awry. Some people will purposely violate your space. These are the people you check, sometimes with harsh words. Now, the way you react to everyday problems are genuine indicators or precursors to how you gonna react to real problems in life. Displaying the way real men respond is gonna be a plus to your life's longevity and will be an attraction for any fucking woman who's dealing with you, who's lucky enough to deal with you. There's so many fake motherfuckers wanting to enroll in my school. I gotta confess, I was a little hanky about who I accepted. Or did I really want to let this new way go? Until I remembered this little story about my dog, Tay. Some things are the right thing to do as a man, and that same thing would be the right thing to do, period. When dealing with another person, you should always have paramount on your mind doing the right thing. Arguing over a woman or anything silly could cost you your life or your freedom. And for what? There is no sense in you killing me, then doing life in prison, and the woman you killed me over is out screwing some other motherfucker's life up. So I'm going to share this story where I had to practice the principle of not letting a bitch come between my partner and I. Women's importance, all the women I had added together, pales in comparison to what my manhood is worth to me. Tay and I have been dogs since I turned out in Hollywood. We both lived and thrived off the principles of this abadabba we represented, even though we thought quite differently in some areas. Who am I supposed to hold to principles important to me? I'm the only one obligated to execute my principles or my principled way of life. My dad told me years ago it didn't matter what somebody else thinks. It only matters what you think and do concerning your principles. Now, in this case, the right thing to do in life was to live true to what I profess. And I have professed to never allow a hole come between me and my partners. As I said, Tay has been my partner over 50 years. And where's that hole I'm talking about? Your male friend will be there longer than most women will. It's a little different for SWU. With my word, it's totally on me to live up to it. Me and Tay was discussing some shit. We disagreed on the point I made. I told him I wouldn't fuck with his hoe because we dogs. He straight out told me I was wrong. We debated and agreed to disagree. Months later, a hoe came to Hollywood looking for me, and she ran into Tay. She had been asking around for me, and as they should, niggas was at her. They all tried to pull a tech about the hoe was asking for me, and they had a right to get at her. But she ran into Tay. And she asked him about me, and he told her he and I was dogs. Get in, and if you want me to, I'll call him. She did, and she jumped into his car. He rode around a few moments getting at the hoe, and at this point, to me, everything was fine. Realizing he wasn't getting the action he wanted, he reluctantly called me. But I got me one. Now, I experienced this all the time. I was fucking with this nigga. He was always coming up with hoes. So I knew he wanted me to cap for him. Then he said, but she wants to holler at you. Now, this was really fucking strange. But I thought since this nigga my dog, I'd look past this little glitch and cap for the nigga anyway. She said hello. Now, being cool with me, they should have told me she wanted to get with me. And he was short-stopping the hoe. But he didn't tell me that shit. If he would have told me that, I would have came at her differently. Now, I didn't know shit, so I capped for Tay. Yeah, ho, you would have top nigga in Hollywood. Follow your thoughts. You know, I said that because me and the nigga was that tight. I had no idea she wanted to get with me until a day or two later when she called me. The bitch had stolen my number from Tay, and she said she had to call me because she had come up from Oakland to get with me. When I asked her, you know, why did she get with Tay, she explained what happened, which I did not believe. Then I started thinking about the strangeness of her, you know, him putting her on the phone to talk to me. Then I got pissed because I realized I'd been crossed by my new partner. Now, at first, I wanted to confront my nigga, but the pimp and me took over. I asked the hoe how old was she, and she admitted she had just turned 16. I told her she was too young for me, but if she wanted to, I wouldn't be mad at her if she stayed with Tay. Now, I was really upset with my partner, but you know what? My principles were at stake, not my friendship with Tay. So I decided not to say anything to Tay and kept rolling with him as if nothing happened. I had to accept what he did was acceptable in the lifestyle I had chosen to live. Who am I to change it? He as much as admitted that fucking with a hoe that of his, if I did, he wouldn't care. Now, that's when my dad's voice came to me and reminded me who promised who. If I would have stuck to my principles with SWU, I would have been on track. But because of greed and thinking about money only, it cost me. Okay, I hope you got that parable. But on to the next topic. Man, do I have the shit for you truckers. and others who be on the road a lot. My sidewalk you .thinkific.com. That shit gives you the atmosphere of being on campus, but you're in your car or big rig rolling down the highway. SidewalkU.thinkific.com differs only in your interactions with me won't be daily as it is in group. You're going to get my guidance. You're going to get my full guidance on assignments, and you're going to get new motivational exercises to keep you motivated to do the work. This product will be more than the course alone because you get SW and the course at the same time. It's $1,500. Nah, it ain't $1,500. I'm just kidding. It's only $50 or $100, depending on what level you want to come in on. Now, I've been yearning to get something going that can match the feelings that I had having hoes. But if you get into a situation like this, you don't need to be a pimp to take advantage of this game. See, this is one of the reasons you have principles. First, they keep your emotions in check. You shouldn't ignore your thoughts on your principles and become emotional. You need to respond, so respond in a controlled way. If you only realize the value of my motherfucking course, you would beat my door down to get it. It takes much more than you guys have shown to be real men or real pimps. I thought I needed something to replace that abba-dabba for my excitement, and I realized I needed appreciation and respect for what I've done and what I'm doing now. Well, I got that last year at a dinner I was at from honoree at. I mean, this wasn't no ordinary dinner. We're sponsored by the graduates of SWU. Now, I don't care if people have shit to say about me as long as they, saying the truth. I work hard on what I do and get rewarded. But that reward from the student, this came so unexpectedly, it just floored me. These men sponsor the celebration for enrolling in SW. They wanted to thank me, but I refused to allow them to believe I did it. I did bring the truth, but what's more important is how they responded. I'm telling you, how they responded was bomb. See, this is a lifestyle, and it could be yours. These dudes represented all I teach: responsibility, confidence in what they think and do, the ability to create and display their plans. The most important thing they got was being who they really are and being comfortable in their skins. I appreciate the go-getters. You see, in the streets, if you turned out correctly, you understand and accept the person who turns you out will undoubtedly get you for your first hoe. If he did his job right, he taught you to detach yourself from the feelings developed in this life. That's what most of you motherfuckers missed because you was turned out on the computer. You didn't get any of the etiquette. Most of you wait until there's no time to do what needs to be done. Then you rush and half do whatever it is you should have done long ago. And this is a form of procrastination. And you know how I feel about procrastinating. It doesn't hurt me when you do it, but you act as if it don't hurt you. Maybe you don't know, but it does hurt you. It hurts you much more than you think it does. It forms a pattern, and before you know it, it becomes your MO. It becomes your method of operating. You do it when you're not even conscious of doing it. And that woman who's out there waiting on you sees it also. But if you adopted some of the real that I scream and get on your computer and buy this sidewalku.thinkific.com, you always do the right thing. Because that's what confidence teaches you to do. The right thing to do with Tay was stick to the principles of not letting the brawl, no matter what, come between two men of equal stature. Respect is always best when served fresh and reciprocated. I mean, 20 years, 25 years must have passed before I even mentioned it to him. When I did, he said, "But Bud, I pimped on her young ass." And I said, "You see, I didn't mention that little shit to you until now." That's because I'm a real pimp, nigga. Ain't no bitch coming between me and you, nigga. Stop all your procrastination so you could elevate your life above where it is now. If you want to keep doing it because in some way it makes you feel good, have at it. But let me put you up on something. The more you allow your procrastination to go unchecked, the easier it's going to be for you to get caught lying. Now, I'm out. I got shit to do.